Good morning, researchers. I'm Dr. Janine here in my home office, lockdown, so I am off campus. The purpose of talking to you is to prepare you for what you are actually after. You want to acquire the knowledge of Atlas TI technique. And Atlas TI, if you come to think of it, it is a computer-aided qualitative data analysis system. The key words here are qualitative data. Students are not always prepared for the fact that qualitative research is different from quantitative. And then when you learn the technique under Dr. Pittaway, you get confused as what can it actually do for me for my research. So I want to give you, in a nutshell, at least I will try, give you an understanding of what the difference is between qualitative and quantitative research. What I have done, because I do realize it is a very complex field and lots of books have been written, libraries full, you will not have an opportunity to study qualitative research in such depth. So I have condensed in a very slim manual some of the very essential knowledge that you need to have. You will find it, it is part of your study material here. You will find it on your email. And what I have done is I have looked for an image, a cover image for this manual that would hint at the human brain, because research is really an adventure of the mind and we need to understand more about the powerful capacity of our brain because it will help us understand the difference between qualitative approach and quantitative approach. There is so much amazing knowledge in neuroscience about the functioning of the human brain. You must take an interest in this and Google it. Neuroscience is a scientific field that expands and expands because we still do not know what all the human mind's capacity is and what it can do for us. Our brain is really the central station of how we function or dysfunction as human beings. But it also allows us to think in vastly different ways. To illustrate this, I found a fantastic image that speaks to me that gives us the brain in two brain halves. And you can see that the one brain half is colored in with bright colors and it just looks messy and inspired and artistic, whereas this is rather bland and grey and straightforward. Now this, in the human head, is the left brain half called the rational brain half, which is the source of our intellectual, logical, rational thinking, our orderly mind, which, interestingly enough, this left brain half corresponds to the right side of our body. This, of course, implies that the other brain half, the right brain half, corresponds to the left side of our body. Every medic who deals with a situation of a potential stroke needs to know this, because if a person having a stroke is paralyzed on the right-hand side, the nucleus of the problem will be in the left side of the brain. It is also amazing to explore this. But to take this now to qualitative research, if you look at our right brain half, and okay, they are positioned now like this in our head. If you look at this colorfulness, you can see that the artist wants to convey that here everything goes. This is not about reasoning from A to B to C. This is not the straight path forward. This is exploring. This is discovering. This is the imaginative way of thinking. We are all capable of both these ways of thinking, obviously, but we may be primed to rely more on the one or more on the other. And so two streams of research have emerged that rely more on the one or more on the other. Let's just freeze for a moment.